All right, well, welcome back, good boys and girls. Hope your first day's behind us. We're on to the second day. I know yesterday, as we were doing our lesson, I noticed a few things in the video and in the lesson about how, things that we need to work on. So the first thing I noticed is that I need to cut my nails. So I cut my nails. So we're good to go today, all right? So it's always good for personal hygiene. Second thing is that place value. We need to understand the base 10 system of place value, okay? So let's read the I can statement. And again, I encourage you to say it with your teachers. But I'm just going to say it here, explain it a little bit. Then we're going to go into some examples and do some whiteboard work today, okay? Now, you must remember, you must be a great listener in math class, or any class for that matter. So be a great listener. You got to give your brain a chance to really think about what we're talking about. Mrs. Bushy said to marinate. You need to let these things marinate in your brain a little bit, just to kind of sink in over time. So if you don't get it right away, that's 100% okay. What you need to do is put your maximum effort in every day, and you'll be surprised at what you'll get to know, all right? I believe in you, and so do your teachers. So here we go. So what I see here is I can recognize a digit represents 10 times the value of what it represents in the place to its right. Now that's a mouthful, but let's talk about what it means real quick, okay? What it means is if I have a digit, well, let's put my place values out first. We know the ones place, right? That's the smallest. We have the tens. We have the hundreds, okay? And then we have the thousands way out here. I'm just gonna put a TH for the thousands for time's sake, okay? So I had these 4 place values, and we know that they go a lot further. We have 10,000s, 100,000s, 1 millions. It keeps going out to billions and trillions, okay? So here we go with these. Now, what this means is that recognize means just see it. Like you recognize a person like, oh, I know that person's my friend. You recognize. Okay, sorry about the phone going off in the background. So what we're going to do here is talk about the ones. So the ones is just represents 1 like we talked about yesterday. If I go over here, so if I put 1 in the ones place, that's worth 1, like $1, we'll say. If I want to do 10 times that amount, well, it turns into 1 over here. And we fill this place in with a 0 because it's 10 times that amount, okay? Now, it's the same thing over here. So tens is 10 times the amount of this one. So hundreds is 10 times the amount of the tens place. So 10 tens is going to equal 100, okay? And the same thing goes on down here. 10 100s is going to equal 1,000. So I just keep adding a 0 and it pops out over here, all right? And the same thing means the opposite way, all right? 10 times less than 1,000 would be 100, right? And goes on that way. So what we're gonna do today is talk about let me get that out of the way so you understand this. I know the number 10 has got 1 0. I know the number 100 has 2 zeros. And I know the number 1,000 has 3 zeros. And let me back up for a minute. I know that the number 1 has got no zeros, okay? Each one is 10 times more than the next. 1 times 10 is 10. Well, 10 tens is 100, and 10 hundreds is 1,000, okay? But I'm also gonna notice this. When I say 10, I see 1 0. When I see 100, I see 2 zeros. And when I see 1,000, I see 3 zeros, okay? So we're gonna really focus on those today and focus on what these place values mean. And what it means is 10 times the value of what it represents to the right, place to its right, all right? So I know that was a mouthful. I hope that you got a little bit of what we talked about. Your job is just to grab pieces of information and try to make sense of them as we go through our lesson. All right, so everybody take a deep breath and let's begin.